A big number and full cast. Jamie the musical standing up after lockdown.
How does it feel to finally be back on stage?
Wonderful.
Strange, yet very familiar.
Completely.
It feels like we've never left, but we have been gone for a very long time.
There's a clock on the wall and it's moving too slow.
This was the performance back in January, before the music stopped.
We went home on the 16th of March, and I think we all thought we were going to be closed for a couple of weeks. So I think we thought we were all coming back after 2 weeks.
Obviously, it's heartbreaking to have your livelihood taken away, but when it's something you love to do and something, you know, like I'm not good at anything else. Like I'm not very good at other things. I can really only do this, and so if I'm not doing this, I'm kind of screwed.
The West End's show business has become no business. Last year it made 58 million in November. Compare that to almost nothing while the capital was locked down last month.
Are you okay? Just to take your temperature?
And going to a show is different now. A COVID-secure theatre means socially distant seats, and houses are always half empty. Nika Burns owns 6 West End theatres.
How are you running the business?
We are making a loss. What we are doing though is we're earning a contribution to losses that we would have had anyway closed. But between March and the whole year of not being allowed to trade and not having full capacity, for a company like mine, you're talking about £20 million. It's a lot of money.
An appropriate social distance!
Jamie is a contemporary play, and masks have been written into the show.
You can't do that to him. Dad's a key worker.
No, he's a locksmith.
Jamie is set today. It's 2020 and it's COVID time. Our fantastic scriptwriter has put in some little COVID touches all the way through. The kind of thing that school kids would really do. When you see it, you'll go, yeah, it's just like life. It's just like we do today. And it's fun.
And ultimately, the whole show is about transition. You know, it's Jamie's transition from boy to man, and we are all going through transitions every day
Yeah.
and finding out what the rules are here and what the rules are there. So it feels quite fitting.
On and off stage, there are almost 100 people in the production who are all tested for COVID every 2 days.
And how important is it to have theatre back in London?
Massively.
That's a loaded question.
Massively,
yeah.
because
That's a big question.
it was a hard thing for our industry during the whole lockdown. You know, we kind of were always going, and us, who's going to mention theatre? Because it's not just the theatres. Of course, you've got a coffee shop across the road and a restaurant and a bar. All those places benefit from the theatres all being open.
Do you live in fear that suddenly London moves into Tier 3 and you're closed again?
It would be such a blow to be moved into Tier 3. We'll find out next week. And if we are, there's only one thing to do, which is simply to pick ourselves up and start all over again.
'Cause baby, I'm a hit.
We are the first full-length musical to be back on the West End, so it's a big deal, and I'm really excited to be able to share it with people that haven't seen it before. Once the COVID world is over, this version sort of is going to be like a locked thing in the last
special thing.
Yeah, that if you've seen it, it's like, did you see the COVID
Did you see that version?
The COVID version of Jamie opens on Saturday. Braggs Martel, ITV News in the West End.